Is it hard to access affordable, healthy food? Then listen carefully. Daryl Addison, an African-American inventor, has patented a process for growing food on demand. He called it Torpedo Pot. Torpedo Pot is a fully automated flower pot that gives you control over your plant's environment. All you do is add soil, seeds, and plants to the flower pot and watch it grow. Yes, Torpedo Pot grows the rest. Visit www.torpedopot.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining us on the stream today. It's give you a hand clap real quick. It's Monday. And I was like, man, I know I want to go live at the time I normally go live. Sister Jasmine is working on all our thumbnails. And I said, nah, I don't want to hold back the stream. I just put a placeholder there until Sister Jasmine get done and all of that. But I hope all y'all had a great weekend. We definitely gonna get into the main topic, which you're, on the back end more so than the front end, about Diddy got raided today. He got raided. So that's something I definitely want to talk about here in the beginning as y'all are coming in. I know it's the last week of March. It's crazy how quick the time is passing. I know Good Friday is with this week, and also you got Easter, and those of you who are celebrating Easter and things like that. Some of you who like to go to church once a year and you only go on Easter Sunday, so you can have your fashion show and all of that once a year. Then hey, shout out to you. Do your red carpet at church, and that's what that is about, right? So, because I want to definitely get to the main thing I wanted to talk about tonight, but the Diddy thing kind of jumped out. So I was kind of sitting in my vehicle, waiting on my daughter to get out of math tutoring, and all of a sudden I saw a headline pop up because I keep all the news apps on my phone. It's part of my job, so I got to find out when things happen in real time. Got a notification about your boy, Sean Combs, Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Brother Love, and any kind of other name that you want to call him. Now, you know that he has been having a lot of accusations against him. Jaguar Wright been talking about him forever. People had dismissed her to be crazy. She talks about Jay-Z. She talks about so many different people. And now, the feds today raided the homes today in Los Angeles and Miami. Now we'll go ahead on and play this from Fox 11 out here in Los Angeles. So let's go ahead on and, well, I'm not in Los Angeles, but out in Los Angeles. So let's go ahead on and check that out if you have not seen that. Homeland Security, y'all. Not LAPD or Miami-Dade. We talking about Homeland Security.
Breaking news right now, we're following the Department of Homeland Security conducting a raid at a house in Holmby Field Hills, believed to be connected to Sean Combs, the rapper and music executive, perhaps being linked to a sex trafficking investigation.
He got some shots of a few people coming out of the home. Those people have been detained. Now, we're trying to still connect the dots. We do have some sources on scene here that we're getting this information from. We were actually the first ones here with about 30 different law enforcement vehicles at least. There are 3 Bearcats on scene here. This just all unfolded, Sandra, I would say, less than 10 minutes ago. We got here even before the crime scene tape came up. So we're just down the hill. If you look up this street where Tony is right now to the right, you'll see one of those Bearcats and law enforcement. And on the other side of those bushes, basically, is that home that is registered to Bad Boy Films, which is part of Bad Boy Entertainment. And the home in particular is registered not only to Bad Boy Films, but to one of P. Diddy's daughters.
They are heavily armed, and they've been very tactful, would probably be the best word to use, as they made entry into this home this afternoon. We actually watched them as they made their way through one of these side gates, and as soon as they got inside the home, one of the first things they did was made their way into this garage that you see is open right there. Now, they did take a couple people into custody. We witnessed that. Now, are they under arrest? Are they just being asked about what they know? That I can't answer, but I can tell you there's 3 people right there that were taken into custody custody were inside that home at the time of the raid.
We did see a bunch of investigators going in, making the raid in there and clearing that as well. So they're going to do a thorough search as they conduct this raid. And so far, Stu, from what I understand and from Haley on the ground there, they have not seen, and we have not seen from our vantage point, any sign of Sean Combs, the 54-year-old who is believed to be the property owner of this.
All right. Now I saw some comments in the chat about, oh, they trying to distract us. If you're that easily distracted that you can't pay attention to one thing and pay attention to multiple things, I guess that's easily distracting you. It's not easily distracting me. My eyes on many different stories at the same time. I may not report on all of them until I get certain information and things like that. But y'all have to understand, this last dude that came out with a lawsuit against Puffy, his stuff was so detailed. He had pictures. He had so much detailed information. He had said that in that lawsuit that Puffy was like the Black Epstein over there in the music world. Then they said Puffy was implicated in a shooting at a studio. He mentioned a cop, the name of the cop that covers up all Puffy's crimes when he commit crimes. I mean, that dude was very detailed. The dude said that he didn't want nothing to do with him in that arena, talking about, any kind of LGBT action. Puffy wouldn't take no for an answer, had him drink something. Then the man say he woke up, in a bedroom with ice clothes on with a bunch of other men. I mean, come on, y'all. That dude got to be stopped. And he been doing that. His former bodyguard, Gene Deal, talk about him constantly. And he's never sued Big Gene because Gene was telling the truth on his behind. How they would spike the juice, not the alcohol and all. They don't put. There's so many different ways they was doing that to get people. And then they say this man had cameras all over his homes, so they'll get you in some sort of LGBT action as a man. And I'm talking about you know the type of man that's not participating in that, because a lot of these dudes are participating in that on their own. Get them on camera and then literally control them. That's how Hollywood, all that mess run. Blackmail, control. It's wicked. It is extremely wicked. And let me tell you something. Okay, they gonna get him, and they should, right? And they need to get everybody around him. Now let me think who getting scared right now. Young Miami, City Girls, she probably concerned because in that lawsuit, they say Young Miami had brought a underage girl to that studio and all that stuff, and they showed pictures of Diddy and all them with this underage girl. So she's probably concerned. I know that lawsuit mentioned Cuba Gooding Jr. was another one. It's a lot of names. It's a lot of names out there. I don't know if y'all remember that video with Puffy with Justin Bieber, right? Now all these parents are dropping their kids off with old Diddy here. And then something go on. I don't know. And also they talk about that Nickelodeon documentary. I don't get why a parent is going to give your child to some person. I don't understand that. They say the same thing about Usher, right? That he got dropped off over there. And you heard all the stories about Usher as well, right? If that's what they got on him, put him underneath the jail. And not just him, everybody around him. Now, boy, Cat Williams at the beginning of the year had talked about there's a lot of people going to go down in 2024, and there's a lot of people that's in some dirt. And the messed up part, Puffy has been connected to all these, people losing their life. Shine did time for him, because from what they came out saying, one sister came out saying that Shine didn't do anything. He took a charge for Puffy. So we know the implications with Tupac. We heard about the implications with Biggie, because Biggie was going to leave Bad Boy. They said because at the end he couldn't stand that dude, and he was getting his own. He will go to his own label and have this group, I think, called The Collective, and he was just doing his last album, that Life After Death album that came out in '97. I remember because that's when I graduated high school in '97, and he was going to leave. I think he said he had a $60 million deal waiting on him, Biggie, after he got done. Like, he was supposed to be wrapped up a Bad Boy, and he was going to leave and go jump into that record deal. And in the 90s, $60 million was a good deal back in the 90s. So, and then this situation ended up happening to Biggie. You seen Keefy D got jammed up for the Tupac situation, right? And so I know it's a matter of time for Puffy to do that perp walk. It's a matter of time, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. How many lives has that man ruined in the black community? How many lives? Young artists that wanted a chance to have their craft out there, and then he ruins their whole career. In Hollywood, what they do, somebody could be just a good person, and they get them hooked on all kind of illegal, drugs or whatever. They do all kind of filth with them. I mean, it's so detailed what this man was doing. The Cassie story, all of the freak off stuff. It's just filth, debauchery, sin, unrighteousness. Yeah, it's good Homeland Security when raid is behind. That's good. That is good. And Tupac been told everybody about Puffy a long time ago and how he get down. It just took this long. Now, hopefully what Puffy would do is tell. Hopefully he say, you know what? Okay, if I'm going down, I'm taking them all with me. I hope he do it. I hope the feds offer him something where he could say, you know what? I'm going to tell on them all. And tell on them all. Because Jaguar Wright said something else, if y'all been paying attention. She has said that Jay-Z was worse than Puffy. Now, she didn't say on the tip that he was on, but she was mentioning that Jay-Z, and everything she's been saying so far has been come out. She said Jay-Z was fooling with Foxy Brown, if you remember Foxy Brown, when she was underage. She also made an accusation about Rihanna, too, when she was underage. So we'll see if that's true or not. We will see. We will see. Yeah. See, yeah, Great Black Shark. See, Puffy thought it was a game. He thought it was a game. See, after he paid that money, there was a rumor went around that the feds had went hollered at Cassie and wanted to find out. See, once you pay, that's an admission of guilt by most people. Because if you didn't do it, you're like, man, let's go to trial, because I didn't do that. Nah, I want to clear my doggone name. You sit up here and cash out 30 mil? Yeah, they going to look at you. Sure will. Everything in the Cassie lawsuit was something that would make the feds look at you. It was trafficking for real. Every bit of it. You go and get all it. You sending people to go get male, S workers out here with this freak off stuff. You doing all this mess, which is straight illegal. What you doing for years? But the old people always said what's done in the dark is gonna come to the light. How he would be abusive, physically abusive. They say they detailed about his physical abuse to Cassie and his daughter's mother, Kim Porter. How from what they were saying, a lot of people believe he the one made that lady lose her life too. A lot of people believe that. And say he was being very abusive and she was gonna drop something on him right before she untimely passed away, right? Yeah, this dude got a lot of bodies to his name, a lot. And so all that needs to come out. Look, all the people that's doing dirty deeds in the black community, I want you exposed. No, we do not need to be sitting up here covering or coddling. Don't make it some conspiracy theory that the man trying to get him. No, the man ain't trying to get him nothing. He wasn't just at his house and being just a great guy in music and he's with his family and he's never did anybody wrong. I'll defend that person. But no, this dude here, no. Because you got some black people beyond that. This is a distraction. Or they always want to take down the black man. Of course they do. But don't give them nothing to take you down on. And they should take you down if you're some freaking deviant. Well, hey, the folks are doing the same thing. I don't care what they do. I don't want nobody in my community hurting my community, okay? What they do to their community, let them do what they want to do in their community. It's not my people, not my problem. But when it comes to my community, no, I care about that. Because when people are doing stuff in our community, other groups of people really don't care about that. They really don't. Yeah, making of the band. Yeah, look at what he did to those young brothers and sisters. Look what he did. And we all watched that show, and those young brothers and sisters was talented. Look what he did with Danny and Kane, another group of young ladies, right? Very, very talented. And boy, you know who gonna come out talking next? Really talking? Now that he about to get jammed up? Aubrey, because she knows a lot with that dude. She knows a lot. That Aubrey. And what was the other young one in the making of the band? I think it was Shannon, the married one. She had to get away from him because he was trying to sleep with her, and that was a married woman. This dude was just a deviant. He was a deviant. He gonna get his though. Yeah, I heard he was on Epstein Island. I heard that. I heard all that. But just a developing story, ladies and gentlemen, just a developing story. And I'm here for it. I want to see Puffy get his just due. I want to see it. Now, if he got a lot of information on some of them powerful people, will he end up like Jeffrey Epstein? And you know the way Jeffrey Epstein left the earth. Will he end up that way? He had this, I know she's Caucasian, but I don't know what flavor of Caucasian. I don't know what country this lady from. Kind of like they said his own Ghislaine Maxwell, that lady that was around him. She was doing all, like, boy, interesting. Who's all his drug dealers that all kept, they say he had to stay high at all times. They had people, everybody, they said in a lawsuit that walked around him had to have this little fanny pack with drugs in it where they can give it to him so he can stay high all the time. Like, what kind of life is that to live that you got to stay high all the freaking time? Why would I want to live like that? That is not a life that I got to be high all the time just to function. All right, so let's go ahead on and switch. You know somebody else? You know somebody else who about to get raided? Not too long. Let's go to our favorite devotional.
Y'all forget I am the leader. They want to hear from the mayor. If y'all ain't learned that yet. The mayor, not the trustees that don't do nothing, that only run their mouth. Y'all don't do no work.
What is that?
No comment. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. Y'all black. Y'all are black. And y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself.
All right, that's the next person that's gonna get raided by the feds. You better believe that. If they got Puffy, they about to get her too, because she been doing way too much. All right, so let's go ahead on and switch gears, ladies and gentlemen. Just give me 2 seconds. Boom. As you see on the screen here, them folks don't take it personal. We have one of our great nurse practitioners in the black community that's going to talk about something that she had to deal with the folks. And by now in 2024, ladies and gentlemen, You should understand the folks by now. How long have we been living on this land? The folks have not changed whatsoever, but maybe some of you don't get it, and maybe you have not heard this proper teaching that I'm going to try to teach you today. But let me cue up the video of our sister who is a nurse practitioner. And maybe you work in healthcare. Maybe you have experienced some of these issues and problems. So let's cue this video up of our sister here real quick. And let's get into it.
So y'all tell me why. And this happens often. And don't even really discuss it with my peers because then they think you're the problem. But so I'm in a patient's room. This is a patient I have been seeing for multiple days, knows me well, knows that I'm their provider for infectious disease. I'm in there, I'm deep, I'm explaining the assessment, the plan, what we're doing, because I'm compassionate and I want them to know what's going on. And it's a complicated case, so it takes me a while. I sit there and I break everything down, and it takes a lot of time, and I have a lot of patients to see, but I want to make sure that the patient understands what's going on and why we're doing what we're doing. So I finish and I'm like, do you have any questions or concerns? And this lady literally proceeds to say, yeah, can you clean this mess up? Like with the hand movements and all. And tells me to take her tray. And so what about me? If I just sat here and told you your diagnosis, your plan, what's going on, what about me looks like I'm supposed to clean up your room? I'm supposed to get you apple juice. And don't get me wrong, I do move trays for patients. I do bring them extra pillows if they ask nicely. However, to make it sound like I'm your help, can you clean this up, is wild. Lab coat and all. This is why I wear a lab coat. I don't even like wearing a lab coat. However, if I don't, I'm mistaken for the CNA, which is fine. CNAs work hard. I'm the case manager. I'm physical therapy. In their minds, I could never be nurse practitioner or provider or anything like that. So once you realize who I am, though, why is the disrespect coming? Why do you think it's okay to talk to me like this? Because this happens all the time. I don't complain. I just, hey, if you're gonna have to put your call light on, and I walk out of the room because I don't have to be in there. But it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And you know what? It is what it is. But it's just frustrating. And I don't know how many other nurse practitioners, doctors that are Black experience this, but it's all the time for me. All the time.
All right. Let's talk about what our sister is talking about here. This is something that I've heard over the years from Black doctors, nurses, nurse practitioners. They view Black people as the help. You have to understand that in the mind of the folks, we are not supposed to ascend to the level of nurse practitioner, doctor, scientist, engineer, business owner, anything that they think that we shouldn't be at, right? You have to understand, the culture is anti-Black racism. The reason why it's a culture is because the same attitude that you have in 2024, devaluing Black accomplishments, devaluing the wisdom of Black Americans, it's the same attitude they had in 1924, the same attitude in 1824, the same attitude in 1724, 1624. You understand? They have passed down that mindset all the way to 2024. That's why I say anti-Black racism with the folks is their culture. Because if somebody's just doing something on their own, it's a one-off, it's a one-off. But when it's that consistent for hundreds of years, then that is a culture. No different than us as Black Americans. We pass down our culture, our food, our dances, our music, our nuance. different styles of dress, different things we have passed down over the years as part of our culture that we hold dear to us as Black Americans. Well, the folks hold dear anti-Black racism. Once you learn the culture, once you accept that is the culture that's being taught, that they always going to not value you, they always going to question you, they always going to look at you as less than, then it doesn't bother you. It's kind of like, I have 2 dogs. It's kind of like I would be shocked if my dogs start barking. That's what dogs do. They bark. That'll be like me being shocked that they like to scratch, dig, and stuff like that, right? I'm not shocked because I know that's what they do. So just as much as I'm not shocked at my dogs barking, I'm not shocked at that mindset because I understand that's the culture. The problem is with some of you, the reason why that hurts your feelings is because you don't think that way. You don't understand that it is cultural to have anti-Black racism. This anti-Black racism is also the foundation of America. We are the people they try to keep down. Other groups are coming here. They're not invested in keeping other groups down. They invested in keeping Black American people down. Notice I say Black American people. I didn't say Black people. I said Black American people. Why did I emphasize Black American people? Well, recently they was talking about Shirley Chisholm. They have a movie with Regina King playing Shirley Chisholm. And they was talking about how in her book that they brought a lot of Caribbean Black people over here in the 70s because, and I quote, they wanted a more docile Black person because Black Americans was way too turned up. So they brought in Caribbean Black people because they felt they would be more docile. And they do the same thing they're doing with the migrants now, they were doing to them. They was giving them money, giving them places to stay, giving them loans for businesses, etc., because they feel that, hey, they'll be more docile. They're not going to be so turned up, right? So they are heavily invested in keeping Black Americans down because they know at any moment, they don't know when it's coming, but certain things could spark and you say, oh man, they done turned up. So when you understand that your knowledge will never be valued, when you go in there with one of the folks, if they treat you that way, don't even get mad about it. It'd be like, hey, could you clean this up? And you just smile and be like, oh no, I don't do that no more, but I'll get someone to do that for you. That's what I would do. I wouldn't be mean. I wouldn't be anything, but I'm letting you know I don't do that anymore. Oh, no. I've had my time. Now, to people that's cool with me, I'm cool with them, we got a rapport. Hey, that's one thing. But listen, as a Black person, you know when they are doing certain things. It's not what you say. Y'all know this. It's how you saying it and the spirit that's coming from it. You know good well what I'm talking about, Black America. You could feel that vibe coming from they ain't got to say no slurs to you. You know when they being that way to you. You know the look, you know the attitude, you know it. When you see it, you know it when you hear it. And that's why when they pull that stunt like that, you have to kind of you got to flex on them. No, I'm not gonna put myself in a position to make you think I'm the help because she said, what's wrong? What about me that makes them think, this is what makes them think that about you, ma'am. This. In their mind, you don't supposed to be a nurse practitioner. You don't supposed to be a doctor. You're supposed to be the CNA. That's what, in their mind, that's what you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be the cook in the kitchen at the hospital. You're supposed to be part of the maintenance team, sweeping and mopping the floor and cleaning the bathroom. That's what in their mind, that's what you're supposed to be doing. Understand? But in their mind, you don't supposed to be rising no higher than a CNA. You don't supposed to be a charge nurse. You don't supposed to be anything like that. You don't supposed to be running the thing. It's supposed to be Becky running it all, right? So since you understand that, if I'll just walk out and I'll say, hey, you know what? Well, where's the real doctor? Because I've heard black doctors say that. Well, hey, where's the real doctor? You say, well, are you not no doctor? I say, where's the real doctor? You know what? I'm like, I'm going to get a real doctor for you. And I go right out there and I go tell my white colleague, I say, hey, they say they want a real doctor, so you need to go in there and talk to them. Huh? They were like, what you talking about? They want a real doctor. They want a real doctor. Aren't you a doctor? Like I said, they want a real doctor. You can go in there. I'm going to chill right here at this station and relax my nerves and play on my phone. I am cool. Look, don't get mad at them people when they don't want you. Forget them. Go back and chill your nerves. Look at your phone. Get your paperwork done. Go to the patients that love to talk with you and all that sort of thing. Deal with those patients. Don't even waste your time. Look, my grandfather always said this. If somebody don't want you, you don't want them. It's just that simple. Y'all be getting your feelings hurt over nothing. We know how them people are. We know. Well, you should know. Don't get mad. Now, is all of them that way? I won't say all. But if they do treat you that way, just in your mind, have it to be expected. Like, I expect it. So if I get that kind of treatment, I'm like, okay. Long as they don't do something disrespectful to me, then I won't take it to another level. But hey, okay, cool. You don't believe me? No problem. I move on. I do what I gotta do. Oh, okay, so hold on. It says the JLick03 says, yes, I get those kind of patients, but I've mastered how to be nice, nasty, and get them together real quick. I mean, yeah, if that's the way you feel like you're gonna handle it, but yeah, if you don't want my help, I'm cool. I've always been that way. Because listen, I don't want to fool with you no way if you don't want me fooling with you. I don't want to do no work if I don't have to. So I'll move around. Listen, you can't force yourself on the patient. Say they don't want me working with them, so I'm going to go over here. Hey, you need me, y'all holler at me. Yeah, and black nurses, definitely your black nurses, your black American nurses, they're great. Your black American doctors are great too. Your nurse practitioners are great too, because they did a study that black American life expectancy extends when you have a black doctor. If you're under the care of a black doctor and you say, hey, I want to work with my doctor, make sure my health is good or whatever, because you know why? Because it's always been proven that the folks don't treat us right because they devalue us. How many times black people have been in pain in hospitals? It's like, oh, you faking. But the moment they people come in there, they over medicate them to the point that they get addicted to medication. That's how much why you think you have all this issues going on when they were talking about fentanyl and all this stuff that was happening. A lot of it started coming through the hospitals, giving them medication, going to pain management clinics, giving them all this medication. But black people, oh no, you faking. Yeah, and yeah, right. Not all doctors are smart either. That's true. But when you move a place, ladies and gentlemen, for the sake of our health, we need to make sure we have some places you got some good black doctors. Not everybody get, an experience like Atlanta, where you have a lot of black doctors, around the area. Or even Houston got black doctors, right? You can find black doctors. Sometimes it's like, you stuck between a rock and a hard place in the area of your health care. But from my experience, if you cannot find a black doctor, then when I say black, even in the diaspora, you can find somebody in the diaspora that's a good doctor too. I'm not saying our distant cousins aren't good doctors, not saying that, or good nurses, not saying that at all, not ever saying that. From my experience, Filipino doctors and nurses have been real, especially the nurses, have been real good. Filipino nurses about some of the top in the world. America really be trying to recruit them to come over here. You know, it's just whatever doctor you find, but if you can find somebody in the community, because listen, the last thing we need is somebody looking down on us when we sick. You know what I'm saying? Because do you know the reason why even black people, when they go deal with doctors, especially with the folks, they want somebody standing there with them, or they want somebody on FaceTime, or they want somebody recording something? Is because I think it's one white doctor was asking that question on TikTok. Well, why every time I have a black patient, they bring somebody in with them recording? Because we don't trust you like that. Y'all have done things to us in the past. Y'all have done experiments on us in the past, and we didn't have nobody to advocate for us. That's the history of America. So if we're not trusting, the reason why a lot of black people don't like going to the doctor is because of that reason. It's just the truth. Black people went to the doctor. Y'all have done all kind of experiments. Y'all have injected us with medication that y'all testing. We didn't even know we were some guinea pig. That's why a lot of black people don't like going to the doctor too much. That's why we need to have more doctors, more nurse practitioners, more radiologists, x-ray techs. We need more people like that in the community than Sexy Red. I'm so sick of seeing a freaking rapper. I'm so sick of seeing a ball player. Listen, not everybody gonna be a ball player anyway. We need to have more people that can, we need more people that's plumbers in the community. We need to have more people that's electricians in the community. We need to have more people that's architects that can build homes, roads, bridges. We need things that can maintain a society in the black community. I'm so sick and tired of seeing some doggone ratchet rapper. I'm sick of seeing that. Because that ratchet rapper don't have no value on planet Earth. Not a one. Okay, you go to the club, get turned up. That doesn't manage society. When you go back to the pandemic, when all them nightclubs and lounges were closed, nobody needed none of that mess open. They didn't even need the restaurants open. When you had people saying, oh, they're working because they're essential for society to run. We need more people that's going to do things that's essential for society, not rappers. And the only reason why America invests so much money into rappers, sports, movies, etc., to keep you distracted from not really paying attention to what they do or what they're not doing. While they got you sitting up here going to a nightclub somewhere, or they're approving you to get high on something. And speaking about getting high on something, have y'all noticed the vape store is the new liquor store? I can't even say it's a new liquor store because it's like the new liquor store, but I think it's worse than the liquor store. Think about it. Y'all see a vape shop open everywhere. I mean, it's a vape shop on every corner these days. I'm like, seriously? Like, where all this money coming from for the vape shop? I see more vape shops than liquor stores. And the vape shop can be in the low income community all the way up to the communities that got money. The vape shop is everywhere. I say these people are really heavily invested in look, let me tell y'all something. This country is heavily invested in keeping you not well. If you get well, if you like focus more on your health, you know that's going to put a lot of people out of a job. The way this capitalist society works, especially with that healthcare system, the healthcare system is a business. It's a business. You don't believe me? Go there without insurance. You'll see real quick. It's a business. The pharmaceutical, that's a business. They do everything they can in this society, even the FDA is complicit, allowing things in your food that's going to make you sick that's banned in other countries. Banned. They don't want it in their countries at all. That's allowed in American food. You get sick because through the marketing, the overabundance of food, even the portions, overabundance of food, it's easy to get to have obesity issues here. So you have an obesity issue. They put everything they can in the food to get you addicted to the food, because they do put chemicals in there to get you addicted. More people have food addiction than drug addiction. You get addicted to the food, you get to your weight is dangerous. They come out with weight loss surgeries. Okay, now you're getting weight loss surgery when you don't really need surgery. You just need the surgery of removing yourself from all that food you eat, right? They don't even want to advocate for you to change your diet, exercise, restrict your eating on some things, or eat right. They don't even want to advocate for that. What they want to advocate for, the pharmaceutical companies, Ozempic, Wegovy. Here's a shot that's going to just make you not eat, basically. And you're going to just, and then when I first heard about that, I said, man, I don't think that's good. Something about that. It's like I got a feeling about that. I said, something about this. And everybody just owned it to the point it's back order. But when you go to other countries, nobody even talk about no Ozempic. Why? Because their food is good. Look, you can go, I've been to African countries, even Turkey and places like that. And those of you who travel know what I'm talking about, right? You say under medicating is in our best interest. Yeah. And you can eat all day and don't even gain weight like that. But over here, you get bloated, I heard one person talking about, we deal with a lot of inflammation here because of the food we eat, versus you can go eat the same amount of food in other countries. You can eat meat all day. They tell you, don't eat so much red meat. You can get this kind of cancer, but people eat red meat all freaking day outside this country, and they're not dealing with that problem. But I do notice Western countries, if you study that cancer, Western countries have higher cancer rates than non-Western countries. If you look at even the cancer rates that's in the African continent, they're not like they are in the Western world. Or even Latin America, or Asia, or different places like that, right? We have, as a black community, we all need to be looking more into that for our own personal health. We need to look into that, because these people make a bag off of us being, not well. They make a bag off of that. And then when we do go there for some sort of treatment for something, they can't even tell you, I'm gonna cure you of anything. Oh, you got this test going on? Here's this medication. Well, this medication may have some side effects. Why do they have to have all these side effects? Can't it just address my problem? Like even talking about the chemo thing and all that, a lot of times that will get people more so than even the cancer they have. That's why I say we have to, as black people, go back to the old ways, man. We got to get back to them old remedies in the community. We got to go back to cooking at home. We got to go back to that, because I remember growing up in the 80s, 90s, we didn't go to restaurants like that. They would cook food every day at the house, or if enough cooked food, we can eat leftovers. But today, black people is always in the restaurant. Every time, and another thing, I think I was laughing at my daughter about this, is that like some of y'all that like to be, rolling up. I told my daughter, say, one thing about that stuff, I never could even think about doing it, is that I never got over the fact that a person put their mouth on that, passed it to another person to put their mouth on that. Where did their mouth been? Pass it to this person putting their mouth on that. Where their mouth been? Like, none of you are thinking that a bunch of people got their mouth on one thing. You're not thinking about the transfer of germs. It's like, I guess I think like that. So I'm like, if I was that kind of person that did that sort of thing, I'd say, nah, I would have to have my own vape pen with that in it or something. You ain't putting no mouth. No. I mean, it's kind of like, let me tell y'all what that is. To me, that's like somebody, like you imagine somebody going to like maybe a place getting a big sandwich, Subway sandwich or whatever, and this person take a bite and that person take a bite and everybody putting their mouth on this sandwich. You're like, what's wrong with them people? I'm sorry, some of my African brothers and sisters, I'm sorry. I'm just telling you, I can't get down with everybody putting their hand in the same food. I can't get down with that either. So, you know, I see some of the food, some of y'all eating, everybody putting their hands in. I'm like, okay, why everybody just putting their hands? Where your hands been, man? Everybody got their hands in it. We washed our hands. I don't care if I saw you wash your hands. My food is mine. Your food is yours. We are not gonna, okay, if we got this big plate, no problem. You split this yours, I'll split this mine, and that's fine. We all can eat out the same thing, but everybody not gonna be putting their hands in my food. It ain't happening. Yeah, look, I'm sorry, I don't believe in that. Look, my grandparents was about that. You don't drink after nobody. You don't go eat with somebody's fork. You don't go eat with somebody else's spoon. You don't go eat behind people like that. You know, not no strangers. You know, now if it's your wife, you know, your husband, you may do that. Your wife and husband. I mean, y'all share everything, right? But strangers? Oh, no, Lord. Some people say they don't like to shake hands, and you know, you got to be careful with that sometimes, especially with men, because not all men go, when they go do what they do in the bathroom, not all men wash their hands. Man, you meet a dude, you're like, hey, all right. I'm telling y'all, so some people, ladies and gentlemen, are a trip. But hygiene is a big thing. Like, maybe some people need to hear this. You need to be taking a shower, a bath, whatever, every day. Matter of fact, take it twice a day, okay? Twice a day. When you wake up in the morning, you do sweat at night. You do. It happens. Get your behind up, get in that shower. Water don't hurt. It don't. Get you some good soap and get you a wash rag and clean yourself from head to toe. And then go out and have your day. And then if you go get into something outside and you get too dirty, you don't have to keep that dirt on you. You can come back and take another shower. But at minimum, take a shower in the morning, take a shower at night. Now, the reason why you want to take a shower at night is because you want to get in the bed fresh. You know what I'm saying? You have that good, and make sure that shower is hot. You want to see your bathroom like full of steam. Make sure it's hot. And just don't forget your good soap. Don't you forget your good water. Your hot water. I don't care what these people say about cold showers. Forget that. The way black folks are raised, if it's not hot as you can stand it, you're not clean. Okay? That's how black folks are raised. You make sure, get your behind up and brush your teeth. Use your water flosser or whatever, brush your teeth. Use you some good deodorant. I think Tariq is selling root work for y'all. So you can go get some of Tariq's deodorant. Some root work. Put you some deodorant on your behind twice a day. Get you some good lotion. Lotion is good, so you won't be ashy, okay? Lotion your legs, your arms, them ashy elbows, and them ashy knees, and them knuckles. Make sure you do that all the time. That's very, very important. Visit your doctor at least once a year. Visit your dentist at least once a year. These things that you may have to do. Nobody like a stinky man, fellas. I'm hearing some of the ladies say some of your hygiene is bad. Some of them saying that y'all not taking care of your dental hygiene. Some of you want to skip baths. Some of you are smelling. And some of the ladies are complaining about you. Get your behind in there and take a shower. No matter what these folks tell you, a man is clean, okay? Especially, we talking about black men especially. We clean. We come from a culture of cleanliness is next to godliness. So make sure you're clean. Make sure your children are clean. Because I've seen some of you be lazy with your children. Children are children. You get your behind up and make sure that child take a bath. Don't have your child running out here. One thing I can't stand, a child full of mucus coming out their nose. That's sad. It looks more bad on you. Make sure that child have clean clothes. Make sure that child have their hair done. Cause it makes me sick to see, especially some of these little women running around. They got their edges done and all their stuff done. Their child look like who did it and why. Take care of those children. You had them, take care of them. It's just that simple. Keep your clothes washed. Like my grandma always say, it don't matter if you have one pair of jeans or one pair of shirt. It's no excuse for it to be dirty. And there's no excuse for it to be stinking just because you got one pair. If you got to wash it to pieces, at least people see you clean. That's the way a lot of us Black Americans were raised. Now, I'm pretty sure people in the chat was raised with the same ideology. Just because you poor doesn't mean you got to be stank. Poverty has nothing to do with smelling good. Because some people pull that, well, people are poor. No. Nope. That's not an excuse to stink. You can't afford no doggone toothpaste. You can get you some baking soda and put on that toothpaste with a little water. And a lot of people do that baking soda. They've been doing that for years. Before they had a lot of big advocates of toothpaste. My grandma didn't really use too much toothpaste. It was that Arm & Hammer baking soda sitting right there. You wet your toothbrush and get some of that Arm & Hammer and brush your doggone teeth. And make cleanliness, because I feel like I need to tell this today. Make cleanliness a deal breaker in your relationships. If you with a man that don't take a bath, leave his behind. Don't listen. It's a prerequisite, ladies, for be with a man that actually take his behind a bath. If he don't take care of his hygiene, he definitely not gonna take care of you. Fellas, if she don't have good hygiene, that's a prerequisite. She got to be on top of her hygiene way more than you do, due to the particular body part that need a particular doctor to see at least once a year. So if she's not cleaning her hygiene, then you need to leave her too. Hygiene is very, very important. Don't go if a woman have her house dirty, stuff all over the place, you got to create a pathway to walk in that woman's house. You need to turn right back around, fellas, and leave. That is, you get out your clothes and leave them right there on the floor. You got a big pathway all over the place. What kind of stuff? Pick your doggone clothes up, put in a dirty clothes bag and go wash them clothes. And then when you wash them, don't leave them in a basket for a month. Go take them clothes out, fold them, or put them on a hanger in the closet somewhere. Listen, y'all, I don't know why I went into that. I don't know why, but I felt somebody may needed to hear that. Because, some of us haven't had the right messaging, okay? So maybe, the Lord inspired me to talk about that tonight. So if it applies to you, it's no indictment. Just start taking them baths twice a day, getting them hot, remember, hot shower, not cold, hot. It needs to be steaming. The mirror needs to be steaming when you get in there. I'm not saying burn yourself, but get it hot as you can stand it so you can take you a good shower. All right. With that being said, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on the live stream tonight. We greatly appreciate it. Make sure you click the subscribe button. Make sure you click the like button. It helps us to spread this out in the algorithm. Also, if you going with us to South Africa, that time is ticking, so make sure you get all your clothes and everything prepared for that. I know you're going to have a great time. You're going to eat some great food. Trust me, there's some good food in South Africa. I'm telling you, it's some real good food. So be prepared for that, to eat you some good food. Those who downloaded the African Diaspora News Channel app, thank you very much for downloading the app, not only to keep up with us, but having that app and having a membership really supports our show, where we can keep going, because these platforms do what they want to do. So definitely we want more people to support us on the app. And you can get that in Google Play and Apple App Store. But thank y'all for listening, and make sure you join us on the podcast tonight. as we'll be talking about a Venezuelan migrant that is teaching people how to squat in homes and possibly going to take your home from you. So you definitely want to see that tonight. And we'll see you on